Hey guys, it's Dion with My Fair Lawyer, and today it's all about my baby mamas. Happy Mother's Day! Well, I thought about it, and what I really feel that our moms out here could use is some good, free legal advice. And my first tip, my first piece of legal advice, baby mamas, is child support and visitation are two very separate issues. The baby daddy is not paying child support, and it's frustrating. What do some women do? They get upset and they deny visitation with the child. And they think that this is going to hurt him or this is going to force him to start paying child support. When most often than not, it doesn't do any of those things. What it does do is that it hurts the child. The child is unable to form a bond with his or her father. And you know what it also does? It pisses off judges. Judges cannot stand when moms or dads, but this is all about the moms today, deny visitation with the child. Judges want the child to have access, full access to both parents because it helps to have a whole experience, okay? So the last thing you want to do is end up in front of a court, in front of a judge, where you are the bad guy. No matter what. No matter how he's hiding his money, no matter what he's doing, if he's spending it on his girlfriend, you definitely want to be the good guy. You want to foster a relationship with that child and the father. Now this, guys, my mamas, this does not apply to a situation where the father is dangerous to the child. If you're denying visitation for a reason that is protecting the child, that's a whole different ball of wax. But if you're just denying visitation because you're pissed off, don't do it. My second piece of legal advice, ladies, is to not relocate from the state that you're in without permission from the father, and that's written permission, whether it's in a text message or an email or permission from the court. Now, I'm going to break it down. You are living in Florida. You leave Florida to go to Atlanta, Georgia. Now this is January, so it's January and you're leaving in January and you're going off to Georgia and you didn't tell baby daddy anything and you're pissed off and he finds out about it in May. So in the 5th month, he goes to court in Florida and he says, I want my child back in Florida. And you are aware and you find out and you're like, screw him. I'm not coming back to Florida. My parents are over here. I have a better support system over here. I'm staying. Well, he can have you arrested for kidnapping in Georgia and brought back as long as he has done something in the court within 6 months of you leaving. Florida still has jurisdiction of that child, okay? So you've left Florida for 6 months, Florida still has jurisdiction. And that applies to all of the states in the United States, whether it's in California, Texas. As long as you've left that original state has control of that child for 6 months, even though you've gone somewhere else. All right? So you definitely don't want to be caught up in a situation where you've left the state without permission from the parent, the other parent, or the court, because you can get pulled back into that original state and charged with kidnapping, and we don't want that to happen. Another piece of legal advice, and this is for my single baby mamas, not to my married baby mamas. If you had a child out of wedlock and your baby daddy wants visitation, his name is on the birth certificate and he wants a visitation, and you allow visitation because you're trying to do the right thing. You're trying to expose the child to their father and create a relationship between the father and child. You're doing the right thing. But you know what? In this situation, the baby daddy is a bully. And instead of taking advantage of that, relationship that you're trying to foster here, he decides to take it upon himself and he wants to punish you. So he grabs the kid and he goes over to his mom's place and refuses to return the child to you. Now this happens way too often, okay? He grabs the child, refuses to return the child to you. His name is on the birth certificate. You call the police. The police say, oh, ma'am, his name is on the birth certificate. He's the father. He has just as much rights to the child as you do. They play lawyers sometimes too. Well, and the mom just goes crazy and she can't get her baby back. He refuses to return the child and you're just stuck. Well, in Florida, you're not stuck. In Florida, even though the father's name is on the birth certificate, if that child is born out of wedlock, which means you're not married to the baby daddy, then you can go down to the courthouse and get what's called an emergency pickup order. In that emergency pickup order, you want to state that this child was born out of wedlock and that the father is holding the child away from you. The judge will sign the order, you'll get a law enforcement escort, and you'll be able to get your child back. There is one caveat though. It's an emergency pickup order, which means that this is supposed to happen relatively quickly after the father takes the child away from you. So you want to do this within at least 2 weeks. I've seen, moms be successful, get an emergency pickup order signed by the judge within 2 weeks of the incident. But I have seen judges refuse to sign emergency pickup orders when moms wait months. And the judges say, this is not an emergency anymore. There's no emergency. It's over a month and she hasn't had the child. So everything's okay. And what they tell you to do, go down to the courthouse and file what's called a petition to determine paternity. So ladies, if you do not have that petition to determine paternity and he has taken this child away from you, you have that right to get an emergency pickup order. Now, what's the rationale behind this? Florida law says we know where the child came from. We know who the mother is. Even though you've named this guy the father on the birth certificate, we still don't know for sure that he's the father. And therefore, because we don't know for sure who is the father, despite a name on the birth certificate, we're going to hold that only there's one parent in Florida, and that's the mother. The mother is recognized as the one natural parent of a child born out of wedlock. So ladies, if you have a bully for a baby daddy, you're the boss in this situation. Unless there's a paternity has been established in a court of law, you don't have to allow a visitation with a bully. But you definitely want to make sure that you're documenting in text messages and emails what's going on. You want to be able to prove that he is being a bully and that he is a threat, because he's threatening to take the child away from you. He's threatening to take the child to another state. All of this would be great if you could get it in writing. Now we're talking about in writing. It makes me think about Michelle Obama, where she says, when they go low, you go high. I cannot express this enough. All your emails, all your text messages can come back to haunt you, baby mamas. It can come back to haunt you. So no matter how rude he's getting, no matter how out of pocket he's calling you out of your name, no matter what he's doing, you always stay respectful. You always stay credible and take the high road, because you don't want to be concerned when he threatens to introduce the text messages and your emails, all right? So always make sure, and when you're documenting anything, when you're writing to him, when you're texting, always make sure that you're being the good guy. And last but not least, don't ask the court to police your relationships. What I mean by that, you've moved on, he's moved on. You don't like the girl that he's dating, he doesn't like the guy you're dating. You don't want to be that mom that says, well, I don't want my child around so-and-so, and then he's going to do the same thing. The court can't do that. The court cannot police these relationships. There's no resources capable of policing when he's going to be with the girl you don't like, or when you're going to be with the guy he doesn't like. Unless this person is a pedophile, a registered sexual offender, you basically just take it easy, because this too shall pass, and it's just not worth it, all right? You want to always be deemed credible in front of the court. And I said that was the last one, but I have one more. Don't make allegations that aren't true. Always make sure that when you're alleging something about your ex, that it's you made in good faith and that it's something that you can prove. Oftentimes, my baby mamas will come to court and they say, well, he's using meth, or he's smoking weed, or he's on crack. And then the judge orders a drug test and his tests come back negative. What does that do for you? You lose credibility. You become a villain in the court. Don't allege something that's not true or something you cannot prove. Now, if you say he's an alcoholic, DUI arrest for the record that you can bring before a court. If you know that he's smoking weed, or you know that he's strung out on crack, whatever, you know for a fact, then you've got your ability when the judge orders the drug test, you know for sure it's going to come back showing that he is a drug addict. Now you've got something that's credible, and you continue to be credible in front of a judge. That's it for now. I wish you guys the best Mother's Day. I'm so proud of all my baby mamas. Just keep doing your thing out there. God bless you all. Again, it's Dion with My Fair Lawyer. Be well and bye-bye. Till next time. Like and subscribe, and let me know in the comments if you've experienced any problems with your baby daddies, any things that you want to talk about, any more legal tips that you need in your particular situations. Married mamas, I know it's a little bit different. You know, the whole custody battle is a little bit different than with my single baby mamas. And but you can leave that in the comments as well. So just like and subscribe, make your comments below, and I look forward to talking to you again really soon. Enjoy your day. Bye-bye.